Alright guys, going to try to do as short as possible of a video of the Project Hyperion. This quest line can be a bit confusing. This is for DIS folks that are interested in doing it, not understanding. There are spoilers in here. I am not going to spoil the end. Like, when you get to the end of this mission, you get in Site B. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I'm not going to spoil any of that. But this will just show you how to at least get up to that point. You're familiar with the ASD facilities at this point, I would imagine, research side, engineering side. So what do you need for this mission? If you're like me and you're running solo, recommend a high-capacity gun, FS9, F55, or the new Volt LMG. You also are going to want to bring 2 tractor beams with you. Have one set up with the tractor beam itself. Have the other set up with a salvage beam and the canister, a full canister, might I add. And then for the tractor beam, you're actually going to change that one between tractor and mining mode. So make sure you also have a mining attachment to go with it. Alright, so enough said for that. We'll jump down into the engineering side, and I will resume the video when I get to that point. Alright, so first mission, or the first set of the mission you're going to come to is the thermal vent section. I'll wait to see if this works. Okay, so you're familiar with this area, but now we actually have to mess with these pipes, right? So this is where your mining attachment and your salvage beam are going to come in handy. So 3 of these pipes, 1, 3, and 4, 2 is green. 1, 3, and 4 will be red. And what you have to do is you have to mine out these, I don't know, globs of shit that are stuck to them. And then each pipe, or each of those connections will also have a pipe associated with it. So you'll come over here with the salvage beam and salvage this thing until that light turns green right there. All right. So you'll salvage each pipe, or each, connection pipe right there, whatever. Come over here, mine those bits off of it, and you'll throw this switch. So I'll do one and show you what I'm talking about. Now let me pause the video and get set. All right. So just to reiterate, I took my tractor beam gun and changed it to a mining gun, and then my other multi-tool is still the salvage. So we'll get started. We'll mine this. Just go full power. They don't explode or anything, so you just mine them at full power until they're gone. Alright, and the pipe is, well, the pipe is red now. So they do reset if you're not fast enough, so I'm going to fill this up again. It's green. Throw the lever, and you're just basically going to repeat this process for all 3 of these. You need to be somewhat quick, otherwise they're going to reset on you. As soon as you get the 3rd one done, these computer terminals, and each of these pipes has a computer terminal just like this, that download data will go blue, and you can push it and complete this objective. Alright, I'll resume the video momentarily. Alright, so once you've got that part done, you got all 3 connected, and you hit the computer screen when the blue button activated. Moving on to part 2, the thermal condenser. That's going to involve these 3 large cylinders sticking out of the ground here, reactor looking deals. We're going to run over here. I don't want to spawn the big worm yet, because I just want to fight it once and then twice. Alright, we're going to run down here. These guys. Guys down here are spawned. And then always check this corner here. There's usually 1 person down here. Alright, so you're going to dip in this room. This is where the 3 batteries that you need, or whatever they're called, fuel cells, batteries, whatever. I'm going to have to reattach my tractor beam right quick. And then you just yank these out and carry them over to the reactors. Alright, once you get up to this point, you'll throw the 3rd one in. These things will disappear. Don't forget about the big guy that spawns, just kill him. this terminal, hit the button, and it will take you to the next part. Notice all those went green. Next part, go up to control room. I'll just leave it recording while I do that. There's going to be a gaggle fuck of people over here.
Hold still.
Guys die, but you still get shot once or twice. It's very strange. Watch out for the two guys that come out of this elevator on the right. They'll sneak up on you while you're accessing the terminal. Or they won't. Alright. Go up, hit this. Okay, this will take you to the fuel reactor part. Go ahead and halt the video here. Alright, so for this next part, I have my two tractor beams again set up. One is mining, one is salvage, and the mining one I'm going to end up switching over to a tractor beam. I'll get to that point. I'll just leave it filming because you have to do this part pretty fast. Notice there is no fuel cell here. Sometimes there is. In the event that there isn't, you're going to go over here, you're going to throw this switch into the down position. If it's already down, you're going to have to put it up and then put it back down again. Notice the fuel cell spawned down there. Let me let this radiation pulse go by before I continue. That's what I'm going to do. Go ahead and stage fuel cells. So you have to do this part, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times, because it just doesn't work the first time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of fuel cells. Shooting live, folks. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stage a few of these fuel cells because it does, in our experience and Gulag and I's experience, it took us, I think, 4 tries. So I'm going to go ahead and stage 4 of these fuel cells up here because once I start getting this area clear, you'll see in a second. There's a lot to this part. Second one up here. There's a pulse incoming. I'm gonna hide these walls are safety from the radiation burst. Alright, so up, down again. Get canister number 3. I don't know if this is the intention with this mission to make you do it multiple times or if it's just broken. I have no idea. Stage the 4th one. Oh, I'm gonna get hit by this pulse. It's not horrible. Alright, so there we go. Got all 4 stages. Here, swap this back to a mining gun. Here we go. This is how you do this part. Alright, so we'll run over here. We'll mine out these, I don't know, stalactites, stalagmites, whichever one is the one that grows up from the floor. Alright, we'll duck under these boxes. This will keep you safe. If you tuck in, like behind that box and duck down, it'll keep you safe from the radiation pulse. That's done. So we will switch to our salvage gun. We'll go up here. fix the pipe. Wait for the light to go green. Give it a couple more seconds for fixing. And here you go. Don't go in there because you'll die when it closes. Set here, switch back to my other gun. And put the tractor beam attachment back on it. Perfect. Alright, so pull one of these in here, wait for it to open again. And set it there. So what you're waiting for is you're waiting on the pulse. You're going to sit right here. You'll be safe right here. And you're going to wait. The pulse will come through, and then this will explode in here, and this may or may not go blue on the first, second, third, fourth try. Like I said, it took Golag and I 4 tries. So we'll see what happens. Exploded. Did not light up. Alright, let's go with another one. Sure it goes green when you snap it in there. There we go. Stage these. Because at some point this will reset and those stalagmites will come back and the pipe will get screwed up again. But hopefully we can get these 4 tries done before that happens. Ah, perfect. Alright, so it took 2 tries. That. Alright, you see the Reagent 01, 2, and 3 popped in, and I will pause the video here, and we'll resume in a moment. Alright, as we approach the main reactor here, you're going to want to wait for it to pop off once before you start your EVA float down in here. At this point, you should be familiar with this area already because the mission prior to this had you go to one of these wingtips here and download some data to a drive. So each of these levels, they're marked 1 through 6. 1 is on the left side, 6 on the right, and it just circles around 1 through 6. Wasn't really important on prior missions, but on this one it will be. So each of these platforms is going to have 3, I don't know, call them scientists, EVA guys, right? Alright, so remember each platform has 3 of those bastards on it. Come on, PTU. Oh wait, that's my fault. Alright, so each platform has 3 of those guys. You can shoot them from, you know, a decent distance away if you've got a good sight. Okay. Explosion first. Now, these 3 codes, as of the PTU, you only need to get 1 of them. Like, Golag and I got the second one, so I'll go for the first one this time. I'm not sure on if you have to have all 6 of these platforms active to get 1 code or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just activate platforms 1 and 2. Now you have to activate them in sequential order, starting with 1. You see the lights go on, and then the lights on top turn green, where those are flashing yellow on all the other platforms. See right up there? So what I'll do is I'll jump up to platform 2. And I'm going to get hit with radiation. Alright. So I've hit first 2, moving on to 3. Clear out the platform. Man, those guys are right above. Anyways, on my way to, before I go to 3 and flip that switch, I'm actually going to go to this wing right here and see if just 1 and 2 are enough to activate this first one. So there's a button down here you're going to want to hit first. You stay connect, and we go up here to this little computer console. If I get hit with radiation again, I'm fucked. No, it won't let it activate. Okay, so I guess you got to hit all 6. That sucks. Die from this one. But anyways, if I do die, you're going to go around all 6 of these platforms and throw the switches in sequential order, starting with 1. By the time you get to 6, you go to one of those 3 Reagent Code spots, and you hit that little the little button I showed you where you float down towards the bottom of it. Hit that button, it'll say connect, then you go back to where the actual mission icon is. I'm just going to go ahead and let myself get rescued. Go back to where the mission icon is and download the code. Like I said, we only had to get 1 of the 3 codes. We got code number 2, and it worked and let us progress. When this thing goes PU, I don't know if you're going to have to get all 3 or not. But I will work my way back here and resume the video momentarily. Alright, so we're back here again. I didn't pull my mags. Yeah, here we go. Raw and unfiltered. Server error in PTU. Imagine that. While I'm waiting on the server error. So, obviously, if you're doing this solo, it's a bit difficult. I mean, your PvP skills are probably better than mine, so you might have an easier time with it. But going around this room, you only get, I don't know, maybe a 5-minute window to hit all 6 switches and then grab one of the codes. It sounds like a lot of time, and maybe for some it is, but when each of these platforms has 3 guys you have to stop and kill and then throw the switches and manage to float out, get the code, and then get back to safety before you get radiated, like it's a lot. So I would recommend, you know, a duo, trio, or more, at least. Yeah, duo can safely handle this, no problem. Anyways, I'll catch you guys when the server error is done. Alright, I've been sitting here rebooting for a hot minute. Alright, the NPCs are still somewhat dead. I'll take that. One's on platform number 3 over there, very much alive. Through the switch. On to number 2. Wait for the blast. You're safe in these little bubbles here. Always remember your orientation when you're going to the next platform. You don't really want to get turned around, especially if you're by yourself, because time is of the essence. So moving on to platform 3. All of those guys dead? I think they are. Some delay between transitioning from EVA to on foot, apparently. Alright, moving on to platform 4. I don't think I cleared anyone off of 4. Start the EVA. Try to kill these guys while we're in EVA. Switch. Then I'm radiated. Platform 5 is shooting at me. Safety. guys on that platform. I'll wait for the next blast before I go out there. That's 4. I got turned around. As soon as I hit 6, I'm going to run right over to Reagent Code 3 there. A lot of guys on that platform. Alright, 6 is thrown. I'm going to have to get radiated because I got to get over there before this thing resets. Well, we'll see. We'll time it. Button first. It says it's connected. Yep, it's green. Alright, let's see. Download number 3. Alright, we're done. Let's get back to safety. And now we're moving on to the research wing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop at the med bay, heal up this tier 3 that I've got. Number 6. That's the entrance on the other side. Anyways, get out of here like you normally would. Go back to the lobby, hit the med bay if you need it. And I will resume recording once we get in the research wing. Alright, so got healed up, made it to the research wing. Like I said, you guys are more than likely familiar with this place because you've been through here for several missions. We're going to drop down the elevator. First thing we want to do is go into the Xenotech lab area where that Biomass Processor is. So we'll go in there. They've added, at least it feels like they've added a lot more NPCs in here, or at least they've increased the rate at which they spawn. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the mechanics of the bioprocessor, but as you can see, you come to the terminal, it's empty, right? There's nothing in there. So, I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but this is the way my org has done it. We're going to go in here, we're going to kill all of these people and not get shot in the process.
Don't think you stand a chance against me.
Run across the other side. Alright, I'm going to pause the video here and gain positive control of this area, and then I'll resume. Okay, so real quick. I killed one NPC, threw him in there, flipped the switch, the door shuts, right? I don't know if you need more than one, if it's just random, if it's the PTU bugging out or whatever. We have had to slam that thing full of bottles. But it's very hectic in here solo. There's a lot more NPC spawns. So we'll run up here. And it passed anyways, even though normally this has to be green, but it... Okay. Alright, moving on. Execute experiment in Site B. Lab. Alright, so... For this is the way I get there. There's many different ways to get there. But I just jump down here. The new floating orb is new here. It will catch you and radiate you. But I just jump down here. Usually there's one or two NPCs down here. none in this area right now. Stop and heal up. What we want to do is we want to go to the elevator like we're going to leave. Like traditionally you would have left this place at this point in some of the earlier missions. PTU's bugging out right now. I can't get access to my backpack and stack my mags, so I'm just stuck with whatever crap is on my belt. So I'm going to try to fight as little as possible. Over here, get the elevator going. I know I got a dog chasing me. This sucks. Let's see if we can put a fresh one in. This elevator takes a while to get down here. You guys are probably familiar with that by this point. Try to stay hidden as best we can. Alright, off we go. Alright, let's see if we can repool now. I definitely have the ammo count. As you can see, 4,200, but while I'm repooling, absolutely nothing is showing on the screen. We'll see. Just let it pool while we ride up. Alright, so this is actually how you gain access to the Science Wing or Site B. I've seen it referred to as both. In the game itself, it's referred to as Site B. I think in the missions or in one of the patch notes or whatever, it was called the Science Wing. But you're going to ride the elevator up. As soon as we get out of here, you're going to make a left. You're going to drop down through 3 different holes in the ground, walk through a vent, and you'll be at a new elevator that wasn't functional before, but now it is as of this latest PTU patch. So drop down here one more time, crouch under here, and this is where you access Site B. Stacking my mags did nothing. I still don't have access to anything. Awesome. Tell you what, I am just gonna ride down to Site B. Start reloading from the backpack, I guess. Alright, so this is Site B. Couple things about the video here. I'm going to show as little as possible as I can about this place. And I'm definitely not going to show, like, towards the back of this area. Just because I feel like that's a spoiler that people should experience for themselves. But I am going to show you how to get there. So I'm going to cut the video until I get to specific points that are relevant, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it without any, well, as little spoiling as I can. Alright, so when you first come in this place, if you hook a right and you come in this little room, this is where you get your first sight of these new LMGs. There's 3 of them in here, typically various colors. There's a lot of people been trading stuff out for them, it looks like. There's ammo down here, which was a saving grace for me. Since I can't access my backpack, I was able to refill my belt at least. Alright, I'll show you some of the next things. I'll cut the video here. Alright, as you progress through the area, you're going to find these larger orange gearboxes, which are, you know, similar to the small ones that we're used to from the engineering and research wing. These are what house all the new gear. For those that don't want to see this, skip ahead a couple seconds. I'm going to showcase what I have. Alright, so this is the backpack, the head, the arms, and the body. I don't have all the matching set. I don't have the legs yet either. But it's, yeah, that's what it looks like. Alright, back to it. Nope, I ended up getting smoked, and I'm pretty much out of time, and this video is already longer than I wanted it to be. So, I'm just going to leave it at that. You know how to get to the new area. You know how to progress the Hyperion mission to get to the new area. Beyond that, it's just you just have a couple more segments to this mission. This area is not necessarily huge. I mean, it's a big area. It's a lot to explore, but it's pretty linear. But yeah, I hope you guys have fun. You will need a couple of codes to get through certain doors. I'll tell you a little hint for those that don't want to stick around for the hint, and you want to experience it yourself. Thanks for watching. I'll give you a couple seconds to leave. Alright, so the first door you get to is going to be a red door. It's going to have a keypad on it. Directly 180 degrees behind that door is a room. You'll know the room. It's like a little control room for a small like vehicle / cargo area. You're going to go into that little room and there's a monitor. That's where you get the code for that room. Once you pass through there is another door that requires a code. It's a supply / maintenance room. If you're standing in front of that door, it's a white door or silver door. If you're standing in front of it, like if you could look through that door all the way across to the other side of this open room, you're on a second story. There's a big cargo / vehicle area below, and then on the opposite side there's another second story area, much like the one you're on now. If you go back out, go down the stairs, go across the area, up the other set of stairs, and then hook a left, on your left will be a display. Looks like a standard computer like we've been working with all the way through here. But that display has a code generated on it. That code will unlock that maintenance door. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I know I'm not the best, person at talking through things, but hope you guys learned a couple things. Hope you got the questions that you have answered. Again, I appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you.